Hello, everyone. So, this is something that I've been really feeling into, and this is my message to all the politicians in the world, to all the people who are leading right now, who are who seem like they have power over us. This is my message to all politicians. I do not want to live in a world where you create war out of your selfish reasons, agendas. I do not want to live in a world where you care more about money and profit than the goodness of humanity and the earth. I do not want to live in a world like that. And I have a saying in it. I have a saying in it. I have the right to be a part of what is happening in the world. And all the things that you're doing to cover up the truth and manipulate everything that is going on and do things behind the scenes, I'm not okay with that. I don't want to live in a world where the government have top secrets that the public is not allowed to see, because that is just shady. Why is there no transparency? Why are you hiding stuff? What is happening? How is that okay to be hiding things from people? I do not want to live in a world where you disagree with someone or you feel like your way of doing stuff is better than somebody else's, so you go and create a war. That's not okay. You're killing people. People are dying. You're hurting the earth. You're hurting yourself. For what? For money, for power. What kind of power? Like, what is going on? Can't you see the insanity of that? You're not in kindergarten. You can't just go and fight with whoever you don't disagree with. You're an adult. You need to be able to disagree with people and not create wars. If there's no transparency, if there's no truth, how can the people feel safe? You have a huge responsibility as a big leader. And if you're not taking that with love and honesty and transparency and authenticity, then just don't take that responsibility. Just don't. Be true. I don't want to live in a world where there are wars and poverty, when some people are being used so that we in the West can have cheaper clothes. I don't want to live in a world where some people have it worse because we're living out of them. I don't want to live in this profit horny world. And I have a saying in it. This is not how I want things to be. I want a different world. And it's my responsibility to be a part of changing and creating that world. But you have a responsibility too. A big one. I can just do what I do by myself. I can inform and inspire and talk and speak and say what is true for me. But I do not want to live in a world where I have no saying in where you are creating wars and where there is suffering. I don't want that to be the world I live in. I don't want you as a politician to make a choice for people on how they are going to live their lives. How is that okay? How is it okay for you as a politician to say, I'm going to create a war and kill people because I have an agenda? And that's how it is. That's not how it needs to be. If wars would solve problems, why do we still have the same problems? It's not a solution. And we know it. So what are you doing? Like, how long are you going to keep up this brainwashing of protect and serve and all of that when you're not protecting and serving? You're just having some hidden agenda and some fucking thing that you want to accomplish, where you are so focused on the accomplishment of that thing or that profit that you don't care what will happen with people. That is insane. We can't keep living like that. And I don't want to shame you. I don't want to blame you. I don't want to tell you that you're bad. I don't. That's not what I'm doing. I really just want to tell you that it's not okay for me. I don't want to live like that. And I want my voice heard. I want to be heard in that. I don't want to live like that. I don't want the world to look like that. So can we help each other to meet each other in our diversity instead of trying to destroy whatever is not fitting us, whatever is going against what we are used to, or whatever is going against our beliefs and thought systems and whatever? Like, can we just meet each other and talk to each other and have conversations with each other instead of just attacking? Can you see that there is another way? Because I can. And I also know that I cannot do it alone. But I can see another way. I can see another world. I can see how we can be in this world in a way that is serving to everyone and not just a group of people. We can. It's a process. It's a big change. But we can. And we need to. Because the survival of this planet depends on us changing our ways. We can't keep going on like we have been going on. I have a saying in how I want the world to be. And like the democracy you're giving us, that we have someone to vote on, when you're manipulating the votes and really just doing what you want to do behind the scenes, that is not a democracy in any way, shape, or form. It's not. So can we change the way we're doing things? We can, but are we willing to? Are we willing to let the old go so that we can truly create something new? We can't keep going on like we have been going on. So what can we do? What can we change? What is ready to be changed? And can we just create a world where we don't crave perfection out of each other, and where it's okay for us to admit that we have done mistakes? I want politicians to be okay with saying, I made mistakes. I did this. This is my humanness. This is my wounds speaking up. I made mistakes and I'm sorry and I want to do better. Because if we can't admit that we made a mistake, we can't admit the truth to ourselves and accept it first, how can we change? and the truth will come forth. And we need to admit it. We need to own up to it. And it's hard. It's not comfortable. It's not. But that's how we create change. We need things to change. And to do that, we need to be true with how things have been and what haven't been working. So can you admit your mistakes? Can you come forward with the truth? And give people space to react how they need to react. But just be true. Can we just stop with all the hiding and the half truth and the running away? Like within our personal lives, within the big, within the collective, can we just be true? And it always starts with being true with ourselves. It always does. And it's not comfortable. And it's not this beautiful, flowery process. It's like a total breakdown of your ego, a total breakdown of everything you thought was true and right. It's just a breakdown of everything. Can we allow that breakdown to happen? Just let loose. Let that tight grip to loosen. And just be more true. Live in a world of truth instead of living in a world of manipulation and profit and hidden agendas and trying to use other people. Can we just stop that? I want a world of truth. I want a world of collaboration. I want a world of individuality and diversity, but still in togetherness, you know? I want a world of paradoxes and contradictions where there is space for both. So can we just stop with the lying? Can we just stop with the lying? Can we stop with the hiding? Can we stop with the pretending and just be true? Just like enough is enough, okay? The world is too aware today and there's too much information for these lies to keep going on, and you cannot create wars anymore to get your point across. That is just not working. I'm saying no. And there are tons of people saying no with me. I don't want any more wars. I want a revolution, but not a revolution of blaming and hating, not a revolution of creating someone to hate on. I want a revolution that goes from the inside. I want a revolution that really goes from the inside. We change how we relate to ourselves, how we relate to other people. We just change from the inside. And you, as a big leader in a big role, how can you not want a better world? How can you not want to change yourself from the inside to serve in a way that is serving you and others in truth, like in reality? What's the point of holding this structure that you're built when you're seeing that it's not working? Stubbornness, like not wanting to let go. There's no real point other than trying to cling to something because you want to be right, or are like deathly terrified of creating something new or letting go of control, because it's all about control. It's all about control. We have such an insane need for control because we don't trust life, we don't trust ourselves, we don't trust, we are like taught to not trust anything. So can we let this power plays and this controlling go? Can we just stop it? Like, it's not working. We need to change it. And I want to ask you to change with me. Can we do that? To those of you who are willing to hear me, can we change together? What can I do today to show up in a new way for myself, for others, for the world, in a way that's true? How can I be true to my heart? How can I be true to my womb, my roots, my feelings? How can I be true today? And what is the truth that I want to contribute to? What is the message that I want to contribute to? And there's a comment: too many malignant narcissists in power. They are too greedy to share their power with other countries, unfortunately. I agree with everything you say, though. Yeah, and it's the way that the world has been run for a long time. Like, we've been seeing the biggest shadow parts of humanity in the world, like in the power structures, because our world is based on a patriarchal structure, a patriarchal system that is steering everything, and it's not for the highest good of all, but it's the highest good of the ego. And that's like the politicians and the leaders have been like this display of the shadow structures. They have been like showing us all the shadow parts and all the craziness of what's going on inside ourselves. Really, it's just showing us the craziness of the patriarchal construct of being in the world that is not working for anyone. And yeah, thank you so much for your comment. I agree fully that in power they are like just too many scared to death people who are like really, really scared, because all that is happening in the world, all the need for control and power and the greediness, it comes from fear. People are afraid, and it's painful. It's a really painful path, and it's a really painful way to live, to be in constant fear and in constant need to defend your ego and prove your ego. It's overwhelming and it's exhausting, and you'll never win. Because you'll never win. It goes against your humanity. It really goes against your humanity to lead from your ego, because your ego is scared, and it's not all that you are. Like, you're not an ego, you're not a mind, you're so much more than that, and it goes against your wholeness, your humanity, to identify with just that. So please, to all leaders, all politicians, hear people out. We don't want to live in a world of war, of using, of manipulation, of hiding, of trying to get your agendas. We don't want that. We see that and we don't want that. We're done with that. So please hear us out. We have a voice. We have a saying. We don't want that. It needs to stop. It's time to stop. That's my message for you. Please stop. Please think again. Please, let's heal together. Let's create a new world together. And some people might think that it's naive of me to even say this, but this, like, I believe in humanity. I believe that we can change. I believe that everyone has it in them to change and to heal. We just need ourselves to surrender and break down first. So please hear us out. Thank you.